Afternoon 8x1. I hope you continue to be healthy and safe and well. Welcome to today's English lesson, where we will continue our study of war poetry and of rhetoric. So, building on yesterday's lesson, we will zoom in a little bit closer on what this idea of rhetoric actually is. To do this, can you please open the PowerPoint, which you will find attached in Teams, and let's go through it together. So let's turn to that now. Thank you. So you can see here today's lesson on ethos, pathos, and logos, with a learning objective of, can I understand the purpose of rhetoric? Now, we're not going to walk you through the whole thing. You can read this for yourself. I'll just pick up on a few key bits. So as it says on this opening slide, rhetoric is the art of persuasion. The goal of persuasion is to change others' points of view or to move others to take action. If you try and think about how you might link this to the war poetry we're looking at, what might you be trying to persuade someone to do or think when it comes to war? Now, as you click through, you'll see work for you to do. For example, drawing this triangle, writing down these three words, okay, onto the triangle. And then here you've got your explanation of what those three parts of the triangle are. I'll leave you to read through this, and you'll see how these examples try to explain what these three aspects of rhetoric are. Okay, so you're going to carry on through the whole PowerPoint, as you can see I'm doing for you here, until you reach a poem. There's a YouTube clip here you can follow to and have a look at. Please read through the whole poem. Read it out loud. Okay, you might find that helps quite a bit. And then you've got some work to do. Okay, which will then lead into your attempt to do a bit of personal writing yourself. I've already asked you to write some poetry. This is asking you to do it again in a slightly different way, trying to explore some of these ideas. Now, it says here the theme can be something personal, or it could be about a world event. Try and think of the things happening in the world around you right now, between the coronavirus, lockdown 3.0, the storming of the Capitol in America with Trump's followers, Brexit, vaccinations, okay, and the rolling out of that, the controversy over free school meals that's been in social media and in the press a lot right now. There's a lot of things you can be trying to link to. And again, you're trying to persuade, you're trying to use rhetoric to convince somebody of an idea. And there you go, 8x1. There's your lesson for today. When writing the poem, I urge you, especially as a top set, to try and stretch yourself on this a little bit. Really try and engage with the ideas. And more than that, try and use a more sophisticated form of poetry. So you could revisit the sonnet form again. You could look at something like a villanelle, if you wanted to. Look that up on Google. Alternatively, you might try and increase the quality of your poetry through more advanced techniques. Bring in some alliteration, bring in a good simile or a metaphor, something along that line. Okay? But give it your best, and remember that you're trying to apply rhetoric. So bring into your poetry the three elements of rhetoric that you looked at today: the pathos, the logos, and the ethos. Okay? And see if you can persuade someone of something important to you through the poetry you write. Otherwise, good luck with your work. I look forward to reading the poetry you produce. It's the poem, most of all, that I want to see you submit through Teams. And I will see you next week. Continue to stay safe and healthy. And let's look forward to that day where we're all back in the classroom together. Goodbye.